What's better, Brian? That you don't want Juan Soto? You don't care that the Yankees have just traded for him?
If it didn't work in San Diego, and the Yankees don't have good pitching or good, they got big problems over there. I mean, Derek Jeter kind of told us what some of the root of the issues was when he talked about Brian Cashman can't keep his mouth shut. So all that stuff is being like, it's like when the other bus was running the Lakers, and that's all I got to say about that.
That's a perfect way to start off this podcast. See, I want to get Brian fired up with this baseball talk, but tonight, good brothers, our number has been called. It's been a lot of basketball going on, a lot of sports going on, but guess what? The Wrestling Wrealm has been called in to have a certain discussion. Is because we are just tapping on the road to WrestleMania. But first, we have to make our way to the Royal Rumble. But once again, I say it every week, I'm left with more questions than answers. But tonight, we are going to figure out who is next in line for the World Heavyweight Championship. There's a lot of names that's been showing up to WWE's, a lot of main event stars being created. But tonight, we got to finally get down to the bottom of it. Who is next to dethrone Seth freaking Rollins for his World Heavyweight Championship? Right after this. Let's get it.
Houston, we have a problem.
Yes! What you gonna do? 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 Oh yeah.
Welcome to the Wrestling Wrealm Now podcast, where we take a deeper dive into the world of professional wrestling. Now, you can watch all of our Wrestling Wrealm content anytime on youtube.com/Wrestling Wrealm. Follow us on all social media platforms, Instagram, Threads. I keep saying Threads, X, and Facebook at Wrestling Wrealm. I know, right? Like, subscribe, and engage in the conversation with us. You can download all of our audio content on Anchor, Stitcher, Podbean, Pocket Cast, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. That's right, our stuff is everywhere. Watch us and subscribe to our Twitch channel at The Wrestling Wrealm. I'm your host for tonight, the realness himself, the real Dwayne Allen. He is your host. Brother Hugh has the third. A to the A to the S, T to the H to the E, 3 to the R to the D. He is your host, the Belt King himself, the chosen one, the guy, but not just any guy, Brandon the Guy in the building. And last but not least, the heart and soul of the Wrestling Wrealm, the man, the myth, the true legend of what we do, Brian H. Waters in the building.
I don't know why.
If you would like to sub, because it's a great way to end, right? It works. I like it a lot. But you know what else works? Advertising. Ba-ba-da-ba. So if you'd like to advertise with the Wrestling Wrealm, you can reach us at wrestlingwrealm@gmail.com with the subject line saying advertise. We will reach out to you for the details. So if you'd like to sponsor an ad, a business, or segment for our show, contact us at wrestlingwrealm@gmail.com. Sorry, I got stuck. Speaking of advertising, I don't know why I'm on that today. For all of your Wrestling Wrealm apparel and merchandise, I feel like very Bruce Bufferish right now. Shop now at wrestlingwrealm.com. T-shirts, hoodies, mugs, and more for all your Wrestling Wrealm merchandise. Excuse me. Wrestling Wrealm merchandise. Choking on my words. That's when your words betray you, choke on them. Sorry, had a hiccup. Time out. Okay, yes. T-shirts, hoodies, mugs, and more. Goodness gracious. Shop now at wrestlingwrealm.com. Yes, we will be doing live unboxing soon enough, so you guys can see up close what we have in our merchandise and apparel store. So if you want to dress like us or support the brand, wrestlingwrealm.com is where you want to head. Now,
you stuck?
Excuse me. I'm over here dying. for all exclusive shows and bonus material, subscribe to our Patreon channel at patreon.com/wrestling_realm. That's right, for all exclusive shows and bonus materials. Once again, And there's a patreon.com/the_wrestling_realm. Stories we can't say on the air. Brian H. just thoughts. Realness reacts. Some hidden features from maybe say championship culture coming soon, and so much more. We're working hard right now. We're trying to build up this Patreon community the correct way. You can subscribe for just as low as $1. But if you want to get on the ground floor before things really take off, patreon.com/the_wrestling_realm for all exclusive shows and bonus material. People have not yet to see that blooper reel, so we need to upload that to our Patreon channel. Yeah, it's an old one, but it's still funny.
All right. You know, we're gonna do that right now, live and live in color. So
you know what else is live?
Go ahead.
No, I thought we had a Patreon members jump in, but if listen,
I was gonna say
you know
they're gonna expect the email.
Oh wow!
If they subscribe, because you get emails.
Oh, okay. Look at that. You know what else is live though?
What's up?
WWE's holiday tour coming up. Live events, even though they're talking about scaling back on live events, but excuse me. 1 second, sorry. Bruh, this is going to be one of those nights. But if you're looking to purchase tickets for concerts, live shows, sport events, and more, including WWE's live holiday tour, head over to SeatGeek.com, where you can use promo code Wrestling Wrealm, all one word, all caps, for any one-time purchase of $50 or more. I don't know if you guys have heard of something called inflation, but it is a motherfucker, and it is causing tickets to go skyrocket. But guess what? The Wrestling Wrealm is here to save the day. We are partnered with SeatGeek, and they have provided us with our own promo code. So do yourself a favor. Use that promo code Wrestling Wrealm and save yourself at least $20 off your WWE Holiday Tour tickets. Anytime, any one-time purchase of $50 or more. If you have more than one email, you can use this code more than one time. I would not suggest you use the same email twice because it's probably not going to work. SeatGeek.com, promo code Wrestling Wrealm. Now, this is the part of the show where I sit back and I tell you all the great things about our newest show, latest and greatest, brand to the Wrestling Wrealm family. Championship Culture, brought to you by the Belt King himself, Brandon the Guy, and super producer, Brother Hugh has the third. This is the part why you just say catch him every Tuesday, 8 p.m. on youtube.com/Wrestling Wrealm under playlist Championship Culture. But guess what? Season 1 of Championship Culture wrapped up. 25 amazing in-depth episodes surrounding everything, ironically, championship culture. Yes, everything from information on championship belts, creation, the history, who wore best, and so much more. But we are waiting on season 2, and I think, and I could be wrong, but I think we have a very special announcement in regard to championship culture season 2. Brother Brandon, Brother Hugh.
Yes.
Are you guys ready? I'm putting you on the spot. You guys have an announcement about Championship Culture season 2.
Do we?
I've been waiting for this moment for a long time.
Oh, have you?
And I heard
since what, the end of season 1?
Yeah, just about.
Okay. Well, that's good timing. So
Championship Culture.
We've been saying season 2 is coming soon. The wait will be over soon, and you know it. Because Championship Culture Season 2 will be kicking off on January 16th. That'll be the first episode, and look what the first episode is called.
Woo!
And now, now, if you recall from Season 1, we put a lot of things into the
Yeah, buddy.
I just read his comment. All the way off. But in season 1, we played around with a lot of the titles, and as you can see, this one is titled Those Wrestling Girls. I wonder what this episode is going to be about. But I'm gonna give you a little tidbit, Dwayne, just to keep you interested. Huh? Yeah, this is part 1 of 2. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
So time out. So first of all, so this is 2 excuses. Hold on, Brian, just dropped the bomb. Whatever you feel like it is. So this is insane. My mind is blown. So wait a minute. I wouldn't expect this. So we have 2 major announcements. So not only do we have a full date for season 2 of Championship Culture returning, you said when, January 16th?
Yes.
January 16th. You're telling me the first episode is a 2-parter.
Yes.
Clearly has a lot to do with those wrestling girls and that lovely championship belt in the background. Insane. Championship Culture season 2 jumping off. Wow. See, you guys keep too many secrets.
And it's not a secret. It's being revealed in time. So when I say two-parter, Dwayne, you enjoy. All I'm gonna say is free your schedule up for Tuesdays at 8 p.m. once again, starting January 16th. You're not gonna want to miss this season. I can tell you this: 25 episodes gonna hit you real fast, and you'll be like, "Whoa, wait a minute," because I know 5 of those episodes gonna have a little bit of what's the word I'm looking for here? What do we call it, Dwayne? It's gonna have some realness in it. It's gonna have some realness in it. But
Wow.
Season 2, January 16th. And if you, why are you laughing here? Jump in anytime you got me rambling here, because I think
No, go ahead.
I think you're more excited than me. So yeah, get ready for. I didn't want to say part 1 on this, but I'm just going to drop it exclusive. That's a 2-parter. So trust me, you're not going to run this to 16.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to
about
celebrate.
the belts.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Championship Culture, Season 2. It's jumping off. It's jumping off, man. We have an official date, January 16th. Starting the new year off right. Tuesdays back at 8 p.m. YouTube.com/Wrestling Wrealm playlist Championship Culture. 2-part episode, obviously featuring those wrestling girls. Man, just looking at that photo, man, if a photo could speak 1,000 words. And I am looking forward so much to season 2. Wow, I'm stuck right now. I didn't know we were getting this tonight. I didn't know we was getting this tonight. But I'm happy that Championship Culture, ladies and gentlemen, is returning. The shenanigans, the information, all that and much more. I'm looking forward to it. January 16th. But guess what? Before that time, ladies and gentlemen, here's my suggestion. Head over to youtube.com. Go to the playlist section and catch up on season 1, 25 in-depth episodes, so you can get all the inside jokes, all the all the quips, all the definitions, all the terms, so you can be well versed in what it means to be part of Wrestling Wrealm Presents Championship Culture. Man, it's one of my favorite shows.
And we'll answer a lot of questions that every wrestling fan has, a lot of questions I get asked, a lot of questions about, because January 16th.
January 16th. See, look, I know it already. I'm ready.
Every belt has a story, and can't wait to start telling you some more, because we got a story behind this right here. I don't know, for the people that's not watching, that's listening, I'm tapping on this large
Hidden belts.
box.
What exactly is that?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's so large, it's covered up 6 belts. It's covered up. The box is so large, it's covered up 6 belts. But this one box of 5 that's in my possession. But by the time season 2 drops, there will be 7 in my possession.
Wow.
Ooh.
Oh, you didn't know?
All I know is this is one of 5 currently. But don't worry, by January 16th, it will probably be 7. It will be 7 belts in my possession. But you gotta stay tuned on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. starting January 16th to find out what's in the box. And Dwayne, you can't guess it.
Let me guess.
You said
belt. 5 of them.
It's one belt in this box, and I don't know if you can see it. There's another box. Oh, watch how I pan over a little bit. See that box right there standing up?
Oh, that's a tall one. Look at that.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Oh yeah,
one.
yeah.
You see that big museum over there?
There's 2. Next, look at those Wrestling Wrealm belts. You see that tag belt up there, Dwayne? You see that? That's what the tag belt
over here.
like. I'm just saying. You see that?
Yeah.
You see that belt right there? That second.
I do.
You see that third one? Those are all version 2 and red ones. Those 2. Those are version 2.
That means we're gonna get 4, 5, and 6. Perfect, ladies and gentlemen. January 16th, we got some belt reveals to do. If you want to see, listen in the comments and the chats. We're gonna put the social media. Guess what belts that the Belt King has in the box? He is going to do, I'm assuming, some type of live unboxing. He's using it as bait for us but I'm already excited to tune in. January 16th.
I mean, Christmas, I might unwrap one on a live. Who knows? It might be a Christmas Eve. It might be a because Christmas is on a Monday. Christmas Eve is on a Sunday. I'm sorry. Yeah, isn't it on Monday?
Yeah.
That was on a Sunday.
It's the Monday.
It's on a Monday.
On a Monday. Sunday, so I'm just saying we might have to unwrap one, because I'm just like the suspense is killing you. I can't stand having them belt in the box this long.
I bet
Usually
you
it don't make it past. As soon as it come through the door, it's getting ripped open. So this is stressful for me. I don't like keeping things to myself. he will tell you I sent him a preview of something, and all he could say is, "Oh my god,
Man, he's keeping
my
he's
God.
keeping it from me.
No, he's not keeping from you.
Yeah, he's
I
keeping
am-
everything from me.
I'm
No. That's not possible.
because and look, I'm gonna tell you this because I don't want his opinion because he confused me on one thing I asked him about, and I said, "Oh God, now I don't know what to do at this point." So I said, "You know what? I'm gonna just keep my comments to myself." And I sent him when I tell you, I sent him a corner of a picture, and all I heard was, "Oh my God, oh my God." So
You think you're
Wow.
funny because you don't answer my phone calls during the day because you know I'm gonna cuss you out.
well, you know when I go dark is because I'm trying to keep something from you because I can't keep it to myself. So I haven't talked to him in like a week. And I know he's having I'm waiting for him to show up on my doorstep and like, so you're just not gonna answer me?
That's hilarious.
That's gonna be the next one.
That's the
I was
show
thinking about it.
that I miss every Tuesday at 8 p.m.
Yeah, we need it back.
I
Yeah,
am
we need
looking
to
forward to it. I'm excited
You-
about
you-
it,
You're out here doing like you want to work for Stars or something.
bro. He's out here.
Do a quarter of a season, then all of a sudden gonna take a break.
Listen to me, like it's Sweet Week
That
coming up,
was
saving
so-
those good
That
material for
was
Sweet Week.
25 episodes.
Yeah.
That's not a regular season.
Right.
They usually
No.
like 22.
Yeah,
The
we
network
grew
only
up
wanted
where
25.
season was a whole year.
Yeah,
You forgot what my favorite show is doing today? Ain't no breaks. That's a whole
yeah.
year.
The
wow.
whole year. They don't just no. They only take a break on what Thanksgiving and
March
Christmas, but
Madness.
they re-air an old episode on those days,
March-
don't they?
Yeah, but
A
March
classic
Madness,
episode.
that's the only time.
Oh, that's the only time they're not seen
Mm-hmm.
because they on
Wow.
300. Look, 52 weeks a year almost.
Well, you need to do 52 episodes. How about that, buddy?
Yeah.
Championship Culture, Season 2, January 16th. I can't wait, and neither can my man Macho.
Oh, yeah.
What he said.
Shout out to the chat.
YouTube.com. All the chats to see they already
Thank out to Mighty Vin from he's the host of the Oddball podcast, which is a basketball podcast, but also the host of the Wrestle Rap podcast. So make sure you check that out. I was on there earlier this week. So
He
shout out
said,
to
"Show
Vin
off that
for-
box."
Yeah, that's
Well, I got 2 in the box. Three had to come out of the box.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jim Cornette. If you come out of a box, you're over. D is funny.
That is the truth, though.
Yo, Taquan is right though.
Yeah, man.
What?
What you right about?
Why is this coming out before GTA 6?
Bro, everything
They
came
put
out
that
for
nice
GTA.
preview out and said it'll be out next. I was like, wait a minute.
But see, y'all called it. Social
was-
media kept saying it.
I was so mad when I saw that.
Bro, I remember when GTA 5 came out because Brother Hugh called was like, yo, I got it, bro. I got it, man. This game lit. And it took me a couple days. That was the first version of it. Because you know that game literally been out on PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5. They're gonna have PlayStation 6 out before it come out.
Oh,
dang.
shoot.
That is.
Well, guess what? It won't be out before Season 2 of Championship Culture. January 16th.
Yeah, we get that
YouTube.com
2024.
/ the Wrestling Wrealm. Yeah, 2024. Man, this is
Yeah,
starting off.
2024.
The bidding
Bro,
war.
that made my whole evening. Like I am ready. Like this is I'm ready to acknowledge.
And can we tell the people? I think we're confident saying this. Dwayne Allen will insert himself at any time with his 5 shows that he has creative freedom over. Is that fair to say, you?
Bro, I have
Oh yeah.
notes.
Oh yeah.
And,
I'm looking forward to
yeah,
those shows,
I know
actually.
you and I talked the other day about that because I'm getting giddy about it. And
You gotta know. This is why his goddaughter makes no
see that?
salsa.
see that right there? Look, she writes notes too. 2 pages. She knows.
She was like, "Yep, here we go."
And those pages are full like that because trust me, I saw them earlier. I probably have to change one show because I know we talked about some things that you were talking about, some of just the content because you won't give me anything. But I'm thinking I'm probably going to have to like switch up one of my shows probably. But yeah, man, I'm excited, man. One of my favorite shows. Like I said, if you're into belts, as you can see, everybody else, these guys. First of all, Brian, he's got 9 belts on that side. Brother Hugh got 9 belts on that side. Brother Brandon got 50 behind him. I got my 2, and we're definitely belt guys. Like I said,
But you got more than 2.
You know what
You
I'm
got
saying?
more than 2, sir.
I'm talking about just like
You
it's
only
right here
display
in the
2.
vicinity.
You only
Yeah.
display 2.
I only display 2. I have like
Don't be
T
the fool
Smitty in
people.
the building.
I got about 6.
Yeah,
Shout
there
out
you
to everybody else that's joining us in the chat. We're about to act a fool and have some fun. Everybody come on in. Take your shoes
Shout out to
off,
my
leave
boy
more if
Mike
you want to.
Moscato. My best friend from kindergarten is celebrating
wow.
37.
Congratulations, celebrating 37. Is it his birthday?
T. Smitty go way back since the early days of the wrestling realm. Since the
Oh,
group.
wow. Oh, shoot. I do remember him, I think. I remember seeing that name.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's this. We've been doing this
Chris
a while,
B
man.
in the chat too. My bad, Chris.
No,
Just
shout out
send
to
that text.
yeah. See, everybody's coming in. See, now we got to get going because people coming to engage in this conversation with us. Prepare for your debates, prepare for your arguments, because we about to go in once again. YouTube.com/ the Wrestling Wrealm Playlist Championship Culture Season 2, January 16th, coming soon. I'm excited. There's so much, but I'm excited about tonight's show because there you go. Nice round of
Great job
applause.
they've
Thank
been
you, Mr.
doing on
Producer.
championship culture.
But tonight, I'm looking to start a fight and an argument. So if you in the comments and you want to go toe to toe the realness, please, please.
You
I
choose
want
violence
you to bring
today.
it tonight. You said,
Oh,
who?
you know what that means.
So I need to grab a belt and put it over my shoulder.
It might be one of those nights. I think the bell has run. That's exactly. Brian said it before I even say anything. That's exactly right. I'll see Brian. H. Ring the goddamn bell. We've been watching a lot of wrestling, and it's been a lot going on. But this is the part of the show where we kind of catch up with what did you watch? Sponsored by nobody just yet, but it can be you. If you'd like to sponsor or advertise the Wrestling Wrealm, contact us at wrestlingwrealm@gmail.com. Tagline, advertise. So, good brothers, this week, what did you guys watch? Hold on, let me hit the graphic. No, because we have a thing. It's right there. Hold on, time out. There it is. Bam. Thank you, Brian H, for that creative graphic, by the way.
Yeah, no problem. Creative services.
Good brothers, what did you watch this week? Now, like I said, this is the time of year where we consume a lot of wrestling, just like the rest of the people in the chat. Please, everybody in the chat, in your comments, please comment to us. What did you watch this week as far as your wrestling? Because we need a daily dose of wrestling to fuel us for this show, right? That's like the battery, the lifeblood. It's the food we consume to get us ready for these moments when we get all fired up and have these conversations. So that's why every week we always include this segment, what did you watch? Good brothers, I watched it quite a bit this week, but I want to see what you guys got into. Gentlemen, what did you watch?
Well, let's get straight to the point. Look at Brandon started early. I just got finished watching a ending to a match that we've been waiting for a while.
What?
A dumb ending to a match that we've been waiting for a while.
For about 20
Edge
years.
and Christian.
Okay.
Yeah. For 20 years.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Let's get into it because I was about to ask you guys early before we got on the show, and I purposely said I'm gonna wait and ask you, brother. What match are you referring to?
Christian and Mr. Copeland. I mean, it was. Mike, you see that? My mic just moving. Good lord. Okay. But no, it was a good match. It was a decent match. And I was just like, come on, man, for real. That's what we're gonna do now.
Okay, so let me get this straight, brother. Here, I missed it. I was on the road. We gassed this matchup earlier. Brian said, "Can like to make sure we included it," and you know, look how it organically even came up. Edge versus Christian, 20 years in the making. AEW Dynamite, main event match for the TNT Championship. Live in live in Montreal, correct?
Yep.
This is supposed to be a combination of careers and friendship. And you told me it was decent. That's the last word I expected to hear. Adam Copeland and Chris. This is giving me TNA vibes. Brother Brandon, no disrespect. What happened tonight? I missed the match. Somebody please tell me how did it go down with Adam Copeland? Because Brandon said something earlier, and I didn't know what he was talking about because I wasn't watching. Brandon, did you catch it? Do you know what's going on?
Watched it.
See, y'all already starting off with the wrong foot. No, look at y'all responses, man. What is going on? Y'all like,
here's the thing.
It's 20 years too late. So and I'm gonna say this. When we think about Edge and Christian,
get your thought out because he was over there trying
because everybody's thinking the same thing, and everybody's fighting it because we saw Edge and Christian fight for the Intercontinental title, and I think we still got those matches in our head, and we know what they can do separately. So when you put them together, it was like slow motion. It was. It wasn't even. I wouldn't even call it decent. It was okay. And it was like certain spots, like Edge went for a spear, and Christian jumped over him, and Edge was like this. He just stopped,
Adam
and then Christian
Copeland.
grabbed him. His name is Edge.
His name is Adam.
And it was like this,
I don't like Edge.
Adam.
I was like, oh, and it kind of proved my point that who was
What
it
his
that said
name
that
is?
Jade Cargill? AEW is getting older and WWE is getting younger.
Wow.
Wasn't it Jade that said that?
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah.
I
don't know. I didn't see that.
Isn't that what she said in her interview or something? Did she say that?
She might. I mean, I missed it. She might have.
Well,
I believe
I'm
she
not
did.
going to quote her. I
Agreed.
think she. But the thing is, when you see these guys, I wish it would have been. The build-up was so many shenanigans, so much going on, so much surrounded. Did I ever think that Edge is going to win the TNT Championship? No.
You didn't think so?
No.
That's a classic
No.
WCW. Just put the
No.
strap on the new guy. Keep it fresh.
That's yeah.
Because
that's what
Christian
I
has.
was.
Christian's too hot right now.
Yeah, he got to build one
Okay.
of his guys to take it from him.
He shouldn't
Like,
have,
he'll
but
switch.
it wouldn't have been a surprise if he did, though. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
of what Dwayne just said. It's the WCW way, brother.
I'm shocked right
Right.
now. I really am.
And I'm telling you one thing, I didn't understand that. Okay, it's a big marquee match on television because of where they are. I didn't see a social media presence. I didn't see it hyped up.
What?
I didn't see it being a big match. All right, so put it like this. Remember when Kenny Omega and Bryan Danielson wrestled?
Yes.
It felt like the biggest match of holy crap, we're about to
That's
get
a
this
good
match.
point.
Yeah. I
When
remember.
Edge, when
You know.
Christian was going to fight Kenny Omega on the first episode of Dynamite, it felt like the biggest match possible. It was like, oh, I got to see this. And then when it came to this, it was like, oh, that's going to happen this week? Oh, okay. And as a wrestling fan, I said, I got to tune in because Christian is my guy. And let's see if it's going to, nope, didn't live up to it.
Nah, look, this way it was. Adam Copeland would be selling it. You know, I'm gonna go out there and we're gonna settle
Listen,
this
He sold me Brian H.
in Montreal. But him doing that wasn't followed up, like what
Whoa.
Brandon said, with the promotions behind it, the social media clips, the all. It didn't feel like that as far as having a machine behind it. Right now, the match, wrestling is wrestling. All right, I figured this was
Wow.
gonna be a chapter one.
That's a quote. You should put it on a t-shirt. Quote, wrestling, wrestling. All right, Brian H. This is dash
Yeah.
Brian H.
Yeah, I figured it was going to be a chapter one. What I was irritated was that they did all this, back and forth. All right, and then Christian, I wish you still had that South Park clip, but he kicked the referee.
no. I got rid of it. I don't know.
But yeah. So, and then Nick Wayne's mom joins him, and it's
What?
like,
But you knew what's happening. I don't know about you. Did you know when she was coming to the ring? I said, yep, she's going to turn on Edge.
oh yeah, when she came to the ring, but I
Yeah.
was like, why is she this
Why is
much
she even a part of
into
the story?
Right. What's
Yeah,
I
what's
can see a
payoff?
little bit as far as when it regards to him, but not, so that was the thing. It's too much. And I think somebody said in the chat, I have to scroll up, but it said like this should have been on pay-per-view. You know what I mean? You
Hot shot booking again?
understand- Yeah, hot shot booking. You could have had a serious, I don't know, you could have did something special like when they was gonna do the tribal chief trial and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
They could have did something like
Mhm.
that for Montreal to make it special. They didn't have to wrestle, but I felt like they threw them together too soon. And I said, all right, but I understand Christian is hot, but it's just, it didn't make me, it wasn't, I had a feeling something like this was going to happen. So I kind of like brought myself down and actually made myself more excited for Tony Storm's entrance with the Turner Movie Classic people than I was for this match.
Oh man, brother Hugh, you got any more to say about this, brother? Because you brought this up. This is supposed to be
brought
what
this
do
on
you watch?
yourself.
And this is I'm just like, whoa, we haven't even gotten started yet, and you guys not pulling any punches, man. The comments are blazing. People tell us what you thought about this match also with Adam Copeland and Edge. So a lot of people giving their Black Wrestling Podcast in the mix, they're giving their 2 cents. But But yeah, man, brother Hugh, you
Mhm.
started this fight. Gracious.
Yo,
What
Daniel
you got?
Price said it.
Yes, I feel the same way.
I mean, you started
Yeah.
you started this, man. What
I'm
were you
sorry.
expecting? Let me ask you that, because I'll give my 2 cents that because I didn't see it, but I mean the level of disappointment of what I'm hearing is throwing me off right now.
But and I'm gonna say there's something else that threw me off about the match.
Mm-hmm.
Longer matches don't help Edge. It gives him more time to slow it down.
Exposed.
Yeah, it is. It shows that he has to slow it. Like, let's call it what it is. Christian still works like Christian always works, no matter who he's working. But
That is
when
true.
Christian is with somebody that can cut it on and go, 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 like a Kenny Omega, or somebody like a Darby that can match with his style, I'm just giving you two extremes. Edge,
Sure.
he needs somebody that can carry him, but still make him look good because he can make them look good in that same instance. I hope that makes sense. Like, Edge can make you look good. Don't get me wrong, but Christian, like you could tell he was just like, all right, we got to do this spot. All right, come on, do this spot. All right, come on now. You know, it felt like it wasn't. And somebody said in the comments, and it does make sense. It's one of those tag teams that broke up that we didn't need to see a grudge match because they've been apart for so long.
Dang.
Like, we don't need this match. Like, when they first broke up, and he said, I remember he made that quote, was like, when they were brothers, mom should have aborted you in the womb or something like that. He said, I was like, that was enough to further that story. But then it was like, once they was over, it was like, all right, move on.
But let's be real. Guess what, Brandon? You said something key about Edge when he has longer matches and works slower and everything. WrestleMania 38 with AJ Styles, WrestleMania 39 with Finn Balor. Both of
There
them,
it is.
boom, hit a brick wall.
Because they can go and they can cut it on. He can't keep up with them.
When's the last time Edge had a great WrestleMania match? Undertaker?
No, let me call you back one more. When did Edge have a match that, like, I'm not going to want to go back and watch this match. I would rather go back and watch Kenny Omega and Christian before I watch this match again.
Yeah.
And it's like a lot of matches, like, I don't want to go back and watch Edge matches. I was talking to Hugh about this earlier. I'm not doubting Edge's legendary status. I'm doubting Edge's ability to draw because Edge only drew because of the person that he was with. If you take Cena,
I was an Edge head.
And don't remember, I was an Edge head when he first broke off. He was by himself and never going to stop. But it's like you keep putting stuff on his back, it's not delivering because he's going to pop the crowd for his entrance. He's going to cut a fiery promo, and then when he gets in the ring, it's like,
okay.
Now, I want to address something. I want to address something that Uncle Rod said. He said that anything AEW does would be disappointing to the realm if it ain't the WWE version of it. Now we know brother Raj is a AEW guy, but here's how I know it's not true is because Ed was in WWE and Brian was saying, bro, I'm sick of saying Ed. We've been on the show making fun of him, like, bro, how many comebacks are you gonna have? Like you literally
remember that was my thing. Like, here he come. He came back.
Like we were kind of already done with Edge for a little bit. That's why we really weren't all that disappointed when it was time was up. It was like, because you come back for your entrance and then it's like, well, this didn't feel special anymore. Like, but somebody that comes in, every once in a while, he gives us the entrance and that's it.
And like we had high, like the bar was high. Shawn Michaels came back, was arguably better than he was, right? Bryan Danielson came back, changed his character. Yeah, he did the yes stuff.
Yes, he
did. But then he became about the environment and everything. Then he just wanted to beat people up and tell everybody how. But then Edge came back, and it was like, okay,
all right, but it's still not. It's not 2000, sir. It's not.
Yeah,
2000.
bingo.
You think you know him?
Wow. Because like in AEW, what's been fun to watch is what should be is watching Swerve Strickland and Adam Page. Adam Page and MJF go at it back and forth, and that's about it.
Well, and I'm gonna say that some people don't think that I'm, because I feel like I'm always bashing AEW. AEW has, they said it on Wrestle Talk, they have enough people on their roster to do a whole nother show and have quality
They do.
TV. But
They
you
do.
got people fighting for TV time, fighting for storylines, fighting for anything, and we're getting nothing. So it feels like because there's so much potential there, and we know that there's potential there. We see the potential. We know it can be so great, but it's so sad. And I rag on WWE when they do the same thing. If something fall on his face, I'm like, that was pointless. Why would they do that? That's so crazy. What were they thinking? Oh my god, like what to stop it? You know what I mean? But then I'm appraisal when they do something good, but it was forgettable. It was a
Triple
forgettable
H
moment for
booking
me.
record is perfect. No, Shawn Michaels booking record is perfect. Man, did y'all see NXT last night?
No, I
Woo!
missed it, but
Lash
I'm mad.
Lash Legend, body slam Otis.
I did see that clip.
And it
I saw
wasn't
that
a
clip.
It was
wasn't
clean.
it wasn't like a body slamming Big Show where he gonna jump. It was like she picked him up.
Nah, she definitely deadlifted him because he
Better than
he was doing that.
Bianca and Rhea.
Yeah.
Do you think it was better than them two?
I'm not gonna compare. It was different.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
gonna be tough. I'm saying,
remember when Rhea was body slamming these? We were like, oh,
When
it
she
was a
body slammed
surprise.
Yeah.
What's the? But that's kind of
like
how it
when-
worked, though. Nobody expected
was it?
like a Lash
Okay.
Legend to be body slammed. So
Yeah.
that gorilla
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Was it like was it better?
It was.
Like it
It's
was a
called
better
Big Bob.
reaction. Like, oh,
We was always kind of positioned to see like Bianca as a strong woman, right? Then we was positioned to see Rhea kind of like go toe to toe, like she wouldn't back down. Lash Legend was just Lash Legend, part of the
There you go.
metaphor, and it, like okay.
but you forgot she did that T snap and she had all the crappy gimmick before.
but when she did that, it was her moment that it's like okay, now build upon this.
Yeah,
know what I mean?
that's exactly what it was. It made her stand out in that moment, make you take notice. You're like, whoa, wait a minute.
Mhm.
Okay, and you don't look that strong,
this,
but bro, you
this
are.
Saturday, oh man, deadline. I never
Elliot
thought I'd
North
say
is
these
gonna
words.
kill Bird. He's
I
gonna
wish
kill
I could
Bird.
get to Connecticut.
Man, I don't know about that. That's gonna be hard. I don't know.
Elliot North gonna kill Corbin. He's gonna take all of them blows. He's gonna take every forearm. He's gonna give him. Wait till he plays that 7. Now, don't get me wrong. I think Bird gonna steal the title, but I think Wesley getting hurt is gonna mess up some of the plans.
Okay.
Like I had booked the whole year NXT in my mind, and I told Hewitt, and I think he was agreeing with me. Yeah, I booked the whole year in my mind, and it starts with Baron Corbin winning.
Wow.
If Ilya Dragunov was 6'5", he'd be a world champion, or at least in world champion contention right now.
But he could still be a world champion. Look at the title. We got the second title now.
I don't like I need these British guys and these guys from the United Kingdom and across Europe to put knee pads on, especially Tyler Bate.
Yes.
So that's the only thing that kills me. Like I appreciate the classic wrestling.
Cody wore whole pants now. He got ready. He's something to wear all pants.
Put the knee pads on.
I'll never forget when Cody finally put them on. I was like, okay, now I like them.
Took him seriously.
Yeah.
Like, all right, we got knee pads.
But see, I'm the reverse when they changed their gear. Like remember when Miz started wearing the trunks? I was like, wow.
What?
Okay.
I was happy.
I liked them. No, because it fit his character. I liked him with the shorts, and I thought it fit his character. But then when he changed, I said, okay, it makes sense now. Because at first I was like, but why are you changing? Oh, this is why we changed
that other stuff. I didn't like it at all. He was a joke to me.
I liked it because that was his character.
Yeah, nah. He was overall 74 on SmackDown versus Raw 2009.
Right, that's below the belt. Why you bringing up that old score on SmackDown versus Raw 2009? That's below the belt. You know it.
Because when he changed, it was a big difference. His overall rating jumped like 10 points.
Well, it says that we clearly watched a lot this week, and man,
I do have to say one thing now.
Yes, by all means.
Before we close out NXT, like I said, the women are cooking. You're gonna have the first of all.
Did y'all see this?
What WWE people going for brands? Yeah, I don't want to get into tribalism, but it's the truth.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. It's because I don't know if it was one of the ladies in the community who said you guys complain when they introduce new characters. And I think this was around the time with last year's Women's Royal Rumble, and it was all like new faces.
Yeah.
And it was like, you guys complain about seeing the same faces over and over again, but then when they introduce new faces, you guys don't want to take the time to get to know the superstars. And then I think NXT and Triple H and Shawn Michaels, they have done an excellent job of putting forth an effort to say, let's find where that balance is.
Mhm.
And so yeah, that's just my response to that comment right there. But yeah, we're not into tribalism here. We like all pro wrestling. Sure, we like some brands, partially more than others, but just hey, listen, put on a good wrestling show and you get a good wrestling review. But with that being said,
Quick question: Who's gonna be the NXT superstar to come up to SmackDown for the tournament?
see,
You know who I said? You know
I
I
don't know.
said?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I
know
said
you
Braun.
said Braun, right? Yep.
Braun is probably overstaying his welcome in NXT after a while now. I'm thinking about it.
I think he'd be a perfect
nothing
person
else
for
for him
the
to do.
tournament, but he don't have to win.
Yeah, he's starting to be main roster ready as I'm now calling it.
He went to that next level. When you think about
Yeah,
last
yeah,
year
sure.
where Braun
Yep.
was versus now, he
He's so
went
much more refined.
more refined. He got nastier.
Mhm.
He got that tan, and now you
did a
saw
Bailey.
it right with
he
him
literally
and
did a Bailey.
Mello, and
Yeah.
him kind of do that dissemination. Him having those conversations with Mello. Mello's getting there. Like the issues that I had with Carmelo Hayes before is okay. I know you can wrestle. I know you can put on good matches. I need to see more character work. I'm
There you
starting
go.
to see it. I see it in his eyes every week when he look guilty or he's trying to prove himself. I'm seeing it on social media. So now I'm feeling like, okay, you're keeping up with Trick. And we're going to see, because he's going to have to carry Lexus King this weekend, but which we know he can do that, but he's also going to carry kind of steer the ship in this story.
Yeah, and
But
once
that's a
that
perfect
match
person
is
for
over with,
Lexus King.
you
That's
know that
going to
after that
put
match
so
is
many
over
eyes.
with, he's going to reveal more footage.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah. And then, like I said, with the ladies, you got Kiana James and Roxanne beating each other up backstage at the Performance Center while they trying to get ring time, and then they both the table spot, both go through the table, and then they start fighting again afterwards. Like, so now they got a cage match.
Yeah.
You know, and I knew neither one was gonna win the fifth slot. I was like, oh yeah, they got Nah, that don't make sense. They gotta face each other. So it's like with Roxanne, she's another one. Like, you're seeing people, they come in and it's kind of like they got a fresh coat of paint, but then as the and they got this fresh canvas, and you see this fresh baby face. And the thing with Roxanne, she was kind of like victim because she was a safe person to hold the title, to take it from Mandy Rose, because you could easily do an underdog story, then get the title off of her, and now you're really starting to see her character develop, and you're starting to see that with a lot of people. Her, Mello Hayes, and even Chase U. Like, I was not caring about anything they was doing, but now I'm like, oh, you talk about extortion? This is interesting.
I ain't gonna lie, I popped for that part when he had the press conference.
Yeah.
And he announced that he misused the funds.
Yeah, misused the funds. That's extortion. Yeah.
Not the same thing. So no, these are all valid points, especially about NXT. Man, who would have thought that a few months ago? Now we're having these full-blown conversations about NXT when not too long ago we were trying to figure out what the heck NXT was going to look like now.
That 2.0 was scary.
What?
Yeah, it was. But
remember every week it was like, who are these people? I was like, what are these names? It was the most randomest stuff ever. I'm like, what's happening here? Everybody's a character, everybody's a gimmick, and that's all it was.
So many at once.
They did. It was like a mass overhaul. Like, it was like and that was pandemic and Vince and Bruce trying to
imagine trying to watch FCW all at one time back in the day. Like,
bingo.
If it had been on a regular station,
same stuff. Especially we look at some of our favorites and who they are now versus who they were in developmental.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But what I'm hearing is we should celebrate Shawn Michaels for running developmental, and hope you guys in the comments are prepared to celebrate Shawn Michaels, as I only know how to do. So
did y'all pick that out? The QR code? I'm dancing.
I don't know what the QR code was about, but I'm here to celebrate Shawn Michaels. Did anybody click on it?
He said Skittles NXT.
Yeah. Supposedly it was a video. It was like a short clip of, like the graphic for Deadline, but it had a voiceover to it saying something. I'll see you there, Deadline. But it sounds like Cora Jade. I'm not sure, but it sounds like her.
Is she? Because she was hurt, right?
Supposedly wasn't.
So
Is that and how she got written off? I can't believe it. I can't remember.
Well, she's hanging out with them.
huh?
Oh, no,
so
Who
JC
got kicked through the door?
I'm
Who was the one that got kicked in the door?
No, that was JC. Yeah.
Yeah, see, I was gonna wait a minute because now
Wasn't
we
she
all
beefing with
confused,
Roxanne
right?
at the time?
no, we got a little bit of mystery.
Oh,
though.
no.
Who? Cora Jade and Roxanne
Yeah,
was the
just-
ones that was beefing because they was
Cora
tag
Jade.
champs and they threw the titles away.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
When she went out, that's what she was beefing with, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you
Okay.
was right. I was wrong. I know it happens too often.
NXT. Shout out to
And
NXT.
she about to get a push anyway because CM Punk back.
They definitely showed the clip. Excuse me, on social.
Oh yeah, it
Mhm.
was GG
Yep.
that got kicked through the door by Jade. Okay,
Oh yeah.
thank you. Yeah, I see it in the comments.
You guys didn't even mention that
brother,
Nikita
he was
Lyons
best
came back.
friend.
Nobody didn't miss Nikita Lyons.
He's funny.
Oh, we did.
Oh, excuse me. Listen. I'll leave it
Heck
alone.
yeah, I
She
forgot.
came back and she was throwing them kicks and everything. So
Oh, no,
yeah,
you
it's good.
said she was on what around kicks? That's
I
what
said
you
she was
right?
throwing them kicks.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure it was kicks. I heard. I didn't see what was it. Yep. A winner.
Nah, but like it's going to turn out that the injury, I hate to say it was a blessing in disguise for
Sure.
her. 'Cause, you know,
Yeah.
kind of slow everything down.
Yep.
Mhm.
Hit the
Just
reset button a little
reset.
bit.
Mm-hmm. And like I said, you know, I spent enough time hating on Shawn Michaels the previous
Yes,
10
you did.
years. Well, you
Who
know,
does that though? He already said he didn't say like the previous couple of months. He said the previous 10 years.
you know,
Right.
but man, he's doing his thing, man. He's doing his
He is doing this thing in NXT. Shout out to Shawn Michaels, Triple H, TKO Sports. I don't know if they call themselves anyway, but we'll be sitting here talking. We got to dedicate a whole show to NXT at some
NXT.
point because NXT deserves it at this
You know,
point. But
Championship Culture did it already. They had 3 shows like that.
they did.
There's supposed to be some more, right?
And
Wasn't
if I was a betting man,
If
if
you
I was
was
a betting man, there's a
and
few
nobody
areas
heard what
that
he
we-
said.
Oh, I heard what he said. I heard, if
Oh,
I
you
was a
did?
betting man, I got a feeling it's quite a few
Mhm.
more shows. There's a
There
few
was
more
3
areas that-
volumes.
Excuse
Volume
me.
1, 2, and 3.
which you can catch up on at youtube.com/the Wrestling Wrealm playlist Championship Culture.
Because
Mhm.
everybody has a story.
Especially those belts behind you. Which one is
Absolutely.
that one again? You said
This
you
one,
said that was you said that was the what again?
this is the one that came from WWE Shop.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that's clearly the World
Cool.
Heavyweight Championship. You might as well open it up now. Sorry, I spoiled it for you. You might as well open it up now and show the world.
Still
No?
wrong.
Okay,
Still
all right.
wrong.
All right,
Nah,
I was wrong. It was worth a
I got
shot.
Unforgiven on, and I'm just for some reason I want to say maybe by some slight chance from Unforgiven 2001.
Mhm.
Is it the WCW tag titles?
Nope, you're wrong too.
Ooh.
He doesn't like WCW belts except the United States Championship and Big Gold.
Yeah,
You don't like the Ron Simmons belt?
No,
I
I don't.
have it in my collection, but I really don't like it.
Well, let me even run
Yeah,
I
that.
had to,
yeah.
we'll have to have a
I'm-
we'll have a we'll have a
Damn.
discussion about that those years of those belts because I have a very distinct reason why I don't like it wasn't my flavor. Because it's don't get me started on Championship Culture. That's coming. It's a whole it's a
Dang,
reason.
we almost
behind
had him. Almost had
it.
him.
You did.
Almost baited him in. We'll get there. January 16th, new season coming soon. Question, good brothers. I want everybody to tell us in the chat. 2023 is coming to an end, and to the main event tonight show was trying to figure out who was the next World Heavyweight Champion.
Yep.
Who was coming to dethrone. But before that, I want to know everybody's Superstar of the Year for 2023 and their Rookie of the Year for 2023. If you're in the chat live with us in the comments, please put in there your Superstar of the Year. It doesn't have to be for any specific reason. Just who do you feel like is super? Like they don't gotta be Roman just because he's still champion. It's like, well, you gotta choose Roman because he's been in champion the longest. It's like, no, who do you feel is based off their body of work, what they've done at whatever level they're at? NXT, men, women, any level, tag team, whatever.
It has to be Roman because he's our tribal chief.
You dang on right.
Look at these guys.
So who say you, Dwayne? We're gonna have a conversation then. Because
Yeah, these
Roman is-
guys clearly.
Roman is not my choice, though. Y'all
tribal chief.
gonna be surprised by my
Right.
choice.
Bro, you see how fast Hugh turns into Paul Heyman? He said, "Excuse me, it has to be Roman because he is our tribal chief." I said, "Dang, that was you just see how sharp he got." But yeah, who is your Superstar of the Year? Like I said, 2023 is wrapping up. We're going into Royal Rumble late January 2024. Starting fresh.
Mm-hmm.
But who is your Superstar of the Year, Rookie of the Year? Anybody have any thoughts right now, or is it something you got to think about, or who comes to your mind? You say this guy had the best wrestling calendar year, not wrestling year, but not WrestleMania to WrestleMania, but just for this year.
Oh, for me, it's Dominic Mysterio.
Okay, fair enough. Talk to you.
And where I see is because Dom been putting in the work that's setting up his career for the next decade or two.
Yes,
and
he
it's
is.
you're going to look at this year. Last year was the foundation. He got got away from his dad. He got some dirt on his hands. This year, he kind of like molded that dirt, starting Royal Rumble, getting in there, mixing it up. I think he took out his dad or something like that. There was an issue.
When did he start messing with his mom? Was that Royal Rumble or something?
Well, that was getting into WrestleMania.
Yeah, that was the because for the,
and I'm over Rey Mysterio as far as a talent every week. I like to see him as a special attraction.
Obviously, you want to go back to being legend status now.
Yeah, but I will say that feud with him and Dom, I liked it because I love the fact that he didn't want to touch his son, and then finally he just lost it, right? Because that's where father is. He don't want to beat his son in that situation. Mm-hmm. Then you take a look at what that happened, right? That feud with him and his WrestleMania entrance. So it's him understanding the sports entertainment of it, the aesthetics of that. Then moving on, having some good matches with Cody Rhodes to kind of like, again, get in that ring time. He's had over 100 matches. I think he's only behind Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes this year. So, yeah. And then going down to NXT, winning the North American Championship. And
yeah, part of this show every week.
Bingo. So all of that's the reason why he's, to me, had the best calendar year, because this is the year. And I also look at him as somebody, when you think about when you first saw him, right? First he was a child. Then you see him come back and he's tall, he's goofy looking. It's like, man, he gonna be a wrestler. He had that gear, like, yeah. And it was hard to see superstar. And and when you talking about his father, it's almost like the equivalent of what Charlotte Flair has to do as far as the legacy. You know what I mean? Because of the fact that her father was so great, arguably one of the greatest of all time. In Mexican wrestling, Rey Mysterio is the man. Facts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At this point, past Conan.
Pinnacle. Yeah, of course he is. He's the
and back in the 90s, Conan was there, Hulk Hogan.
He was. Yep.
So for Dom to kind of carve out his own legacy, I think that's the reason why he deserves to be superstar of the year.
Excellent points, by the way. That was very well put. And makes 100% makes sense 100%. Belt guy, talk to you people. Who is your superstar of the year? 2023.
They're gonna think I'm riding WWE's coattails, but I would have to say Seth Rollins.
Guess what? You drink the Kool-Aid because it tastes good.
And I'm gonna say this because he consistently before the world title, he had Raw on his back through the Cody injuries, through the his wife being out. The man, he's been that constant person on Raw, house shows, on TV, and then his gimmick has now become we want the other person to win. But I think that's because we as wrestling fans want to see these people as world champion because we have that other title now. So he's suffering kind of like when he did when he had the Universal title. It was like once he had that win over rest his soul, Bray Wyatt, it kind of was like, all right, we want to move on from you. But he's shown that no matter what he do, he can do it. And I was impressed because he's still riding as that guy. Now, do I think he should have lost on Monday? It's been a couple times. Sammy should have won it now. I feel like Jay should have won it. But in his defeat, I think he'll still be out. Yeah, he should have the second time. Not the first time, the second time. When he had the animation with the Japanese animation about his back. But that just shows the faith that they have in him, that he's at that level where 5-10 years ago they probably wanted him to be. well, probably 5 years ago, but now he's at that level. So what's 2024 going to look like with all these dance partners that we've created and now have? So he's my superstar of the year. That's pretty much it.
Excellent point, though. So Brian H, you have Dominic Mysterio, and Brother Brandon the guy has Seth freaking Rollins. T Smitty said his superstar of the year is the Ring General Gunta.
I like that. I like that pick.
And for women, he
That's
said Bianca
a good pick.
and most improved Jey Uso as a main event level singles wrestler. So
Absolutely.
anybody else that has their superstar of the year, put it in the comments, and we will be sure to shout you on the show. Brother Hugh, who's your superstar of the year?
I was actually going to go with Jey Uso, but I'm gonna go with
not a bad
obvious
pick, though.
choice. It's a great pick. I'm going with the obvious choice. I'm going with Mommy.
Oh,
I like
that.
Yeah.
Talk to you people. Why are you choosing Rhea Ripley as your superstar of the year for 2023?
Well,
can you blame the brother?
When you think, right? When you think of superstar, like the first person I think about when you say superstar is her. She walks it. She walks it. She lives it. Like, and she really embraces being like the top star in the women's division, maybe even in the WWE. She held that down for a while.
She does.
So the only issue is, I hate to say this, on Raw, I feel like she don't have too many she didn't have like too many good dance partners at the time. So now you have a lot of girls over there now, a lot of ladies over there now that they can probably do something with, but her title matches are kind of like it's subpar to me.
Okay, that's a fair assessment though. I like that one.
Her best match was probably that match she had on Raw with Natalia, right? When we was there, right, Brandon? Yeah. So
she's in the ring
overall, just superstar power in general, her aura, you got to go with Rhea Ripley. You have to.
No, that's actually really, really good. Yeah, and I once again I couldn't agree with you more. She has crossover appeal. Like she appeals to and I say it because it's not easy to do, right? Where you can appeal to men, you appeal to women, and you appeal to children. Those are your three basic demographics of the professional wrestling community. And once you can master that, that's what makes you a superstar. That's the difference between a superstar and a professional wrestler to me at the end of the day. Where she shatters genders, she shatters her position on the card, even as a world champion. You know, it makes a difference. Any position, any place you put her, it's a big deal. And it's not just because she's women's champion, it's because she's Rhea Ripley. That's a good one. So Barnett, you have Dominic Mysterio. Brother Brandon, you had Seth Rollins. Brother, you say Rhea Ripley. My superstar of the year, I agree with T Smitty, and it is the Ring General Gunta.
Wait a minute, hold up. That ain't how you say his name. You was talking it up, and I was waiting for it because that's the only place I can get it like that. Come on, redo that.
Hold on. All right. No, I got you. This is what brothers do. We hold each other kind of. Let me start again. The Ring General Gunta.
There it is.
There it is. Okay. Thank you. Lost my way for a second. No particular reason. Besides, I think he has had one of the most dominant runs as a champion in general in WWE history. And it's not like he was the first person to do it. And he's not like the last, but as of lately, it's been hard to do outside of the top guys, right? Seth has done it. When you find a way to be a main event guy without having the title on you, but you're the main event wherever you land on the card. To me, that's not easy to do, but it's a true sign of a superstar in my mind. And I feel like he set the tone last year in the Royal Rumble with his performance. And I feel like he has carried that same level of dominance all the way up into this year as we head into the upcoming Royal Rumble. So, the Ring General. But yeah, those are all good picks for Superstar of the Year. All great valid reasons though, as I would expect, unless from you very intelligent brothers who happen to be wrestling fans. So,
you see, Robert agreed with you. Well, he agreed with you and you. He said Mommy, then he said Gunther, so he agrees with both of y'all.
it shows that WWE's hitting on all cylinders. Usually, you don't have this
Mhm.
many rising stars at once. It's usually one guy that they push, and then somebody else happens to break through, and it's usually just a handful. But there's quite a few.
Is it safe?
Go ahead.
Is it safe to say that Ospreay is probably the most impactful wrestler of the year?
Ooh.
Will Ospreay?
Not superstar, but wrestler. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I would say so because he's kind of the last of the Mohicans
Just think
out
about-
there. You know what I mean? Like
I'm thinking
to me,
because,
he's the last of the what I call.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Yeah,
No, you good. You good.
I was gonna say he's the last of the global superstar because remember at one point Ricochet was in the same spot that Will Ospreay was in. You know what I mean? Where everybody was kind of bought up and everybody's like, well, who's out there left? And it was just Ricochet. He was hitting every town. He was hitting every country. He was a global superstar in his finest. And then Triple H came and snatched him up. You know what I mean? So I feel like Will Ospreay is in that. Kenny Omega was there at one point. AJ Styles was there at one point. And it's like, okay, yeah, these guys are the next superstars in the making. But yeah, I definitely think these guys are. Will Ospreay is definitely probably as far as professional wrestlers are concerned, superstar of the year, especially on the global scene, especially as a unsigned to any major company long-term contract guy, definitely. But yeah, moving on to our next segment. Excellent conversation, by the way. Is good for business, bad for business. We're getting to the main event, the meat and potatoes of the show tonight, and we're here to discuss. Oh, my fault. I didn't even show the graphic, brother. My bad. Look at that. I didn't even put up the thing.
No, you good. You good. It's already posted.
Okay, good. Okay, that's even better. So we're moving on to good for business, bad for business. Sponsored by nobody just yet. But we're going to get into the main event of the show, which is who is the next world champion. I think this guy has a lot to do with it. But let's talk about this real quick. CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. There's a lot of buzz going around about this potentially being a major feud to come. This is the topic of our segment today for good for business, bad business, because I feel like it's something that we have to address. It's because people really can't tell if it's a shoot, a work, or what. But let's just start off. Let's just jump right into it while we get down to the last part of the show where we discuss who's next to dethrone Seth Rollins, because it might be CM Punk. But CM Punk and Seth Rollins clearly don't see eye to eye on some things. They've had some issues. They've said, and this is why they were with separate companies. I don't know their exact past and what they've been through, but it's a topic of conversation. I need to step away just for quick seconds. But gentlemen, let's jump into this conversation. Is this good for business or bad for business? CM Punk and Seth Rollins. Can they work together? Can this be a main event match? Can this be a potential WrestleMania?
Oh, yeah. So I'm gonna say this was the main thing that went viral after CM Punk's promo was I'm here to make money, not here to make friends. So when you say something like that, that means you do what it takes to get the match in the ring. So I think this is good for business. I actually think it's great for business. This opens the door, and for the people out there in different wrestling universes that may sleep under a rock, or MMA universes that don't know who Seth Rollins is, or they're gonna find out, or haven't seen this version of Seth Rollins, they're gonna find out. So overall, I think this is great for business.
So I'm gonna add this caveat to you. We all have that one person. We probably like, I'd never work with them again in a million years, but I bet you do it for $1 million. So I think Seth started off with I don't like this dude because of that ROH background. I think that he's one of those people that probably got rubbed the wrong way by CM Punk. And Seth is a smart businessman to know, wait a minute, my WrestleMania paycheck might have 6 zeros behind it, but with Punk, I might get 7. I might get a larger. So I better put this to the side because my wife and my kid, oh yeah, I'm gonna put it to the side. We're gonna have this match. We're gonna sell these tickets. You can get on the side of the bus next to me. We can share a billboard together because guess what? You're gonna get your check and I'm gonna get mine. And now I think it's morphed into a work more than a shoot. So I'm still tripping off the fact that Michael Cole held him back. But,
look, hold me back. Hold me back.
Hold me back. I like you really holding me. I just
Brother
hope.
Hugh? Oh, go
I
ahead,
just
brother.
hope we. No, I just hope that we don't get in the Triple H booking, I think it's going to be done right. I hope it doesn't start like next week on Raw and we got to wait till Mania for the payoff. I think a long, drawn out story will not benefit Punk, but for Punk, you got to figure out how to get Punk to Rollins in a clean way, that they don't interact with each other until the road to WrestleMania.
Right.
So,
Get like a
We'll
stare
see.
down or something, maybe at the Royal Rumble. But yeah, I mean, you pretty much hit it right on the head. I said it last show, I believe. It's what's about what makes money. That's it. They're gonna work together no matter what. It's all about money. That's it.
and don't they have that history from when Seth was in NXT and Punk was WWE champion? Didn't they have a face-to-face?
They do have
Yeah,
they
they had a face-to-face. They had a match on Raw in 24, right before Punk left, that he deemed that the fans loved, and he said it wasn't good. The bottom line is the comments and the issues came after CM Punk left. You know,
Okay.
I don't. It was, and Seth Rollins said it. He hated the fact that he has to talk bad about him because Punk did so much for his career. You know, so I do think that, and again, this isn't him and Becky. I mean, him and Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle's wife said something about Becky, and Matt Riddle's, sided with his wife, and that caused an issue and a stare between them two. Their stuff is light compared to that, and if he could work with Riddle, somebody who could really, and they was going low blow after low blow. Oh, the stuff with Punk is gonna be easy. This is a good question. Shout out to Micah. Does it says off topic question? Do y'all think if Triple H took over WWE in 2018, do we still get AEW in 2019?
Nope. I'm gonna tell you why. One reason.
Mm-hmm.
He would have brought ROH.
Ooh.
Just like he did with Evolve. Think about it. ROH existence helped fuel AEW.
Mm-hmm.
They were the ones that helped put on all those shows at first. Triple H would have swooped in, brought AEW like they did with Evolve, because Triple H learned from his daddy, his stepfather, father-in-law. I mean, he learned that sometimes you got to fuel these independent companies or have that partnership, so that way when it's time to take them, you take them. Look what Evolve. Evolve gave us some of the superstars that we have now. Kind of ran out of, what was it? PWG, not PWG.
I thought it was
the
PWG.
one that no, What Culture. What Culture Wrestling over there in the States, they kind of went up because NXT UK came around. So, I mean, he learned from his father. I think that one thing is, I think, what kept AEW alive and made them come to life.
So you don't think, all right, 2018, you don't think Cody and the Bucks get challenged to do the All In show?
So they get challenged, but they fail because when you remember what the thing that surrounded All In, the ROH production staff, the ROH, everything they used mainly came from ROH. Because think about it, they had a vested interest because most of their talent was working for them. If WWE owns that, there is no All In.
Right.
Who is the other company? You gonna go to TNA and say, "Hey, help me put on this show"? New Japan ain't gonna help you put on an independent show. That's like me saying, "Hey, I want to put on a show right now." I'm going to WWE and say, "Hey, can you fund this for me? Can you give me all your equipment, all your staff, and then on the whim of us selling these tickets?"
Gotcha.
I really don't think. I'm telling you, ROH is, when you look back at it, if ROH would have been purchased by WWE, AEW would not exist. I don't care how much money Tony Khan got. He needed people all right. That's like if I start a retail industry right now, I'm going to need an accountant. I'm going to need a person that knows how to do payroll. I'm going to need somebody that knows the inventory system. I can do the customer service myself, but I'm going to need these people. So I'm going to go source them from where I know it's happening, right? Why would I be like, oh, well, somebody going to help me? Anybody, no matter how much money you got, you can't run the business.
True.
So excuse me, I'm joking. So did we come to conclusion or not? Good for business or bad for business.
Check that
Oh,
comment
well,
out.
you know, this is a unanimous decision. It's good for business as far as Punk and Rollins.
Our dollar signs.
Right.
Give it to us. Give it to us, as Edge would say.
Well,
Now, when they meet up at Mania, when they meet up at Mania, do they need the belt? To 'em? That's the thing.
see,
The
that's
title's
that's
the-
kind of the thing. That leads us into the main event of tonight's show. Who was next to dethrone Seth Rollins for that World Heavyweight Championship? Now, it's
The
too early
World
for
Consolation Prize.
no. That's disrespectful because that belt is a beauty, and you know it.
It's
And I feel
beautiful.
like
I'm
you
saying-
have it. I feel like you have it in your possession, and you're going to do an unboxing. Excuse me.
I told you were wrong. I really don't.
No, I don't believe you. You're not throwing me for a loop. Anyways, Seth Rollins, your current World Heavyweight Champion. We have. Excuse me. I'm dying over here. We have Royal Rumble. We have Elimination Chamber.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else in between before we get to this point.
Mhm.
It's too early for us to speculate how. It's too early for us to try to map together something to make it sense. The question is, who is up next?
It's got to
Oh
be
my God.
a strong contender.
What makes a strong contender?
Like somebody you want to go. It's like it can't be a transitional person. Seth Rollins then established this championship and did a great job as far as making it be known as not a consolation prize as much as people may want to say so. He's making it the workhorse
Right.
title. He's making it the title for, lack of a better word, television.
Mm-hmm.
The world championship that you see every week. So, because somebody got to finish their story and it can only count for winning the title from Roman,
Oh boy,
because he would be the perfect person.
who's the perfect person? Cody, because that's what you're alluding to. What your jokes?
He would be.
Yeah, he would be the perfect
would be.
person. It would be perfect to be Cody next. But that's not the title he wants, brother. Papa didn't even have
It's
that
not going to
title.
happen.
It was the Backlund title.
And,
But
and-
anyway.
and if we simply just keep it, either we keep it kayfabe, he's on Raw and Roman's on SmackDown. How did he finagle his way to the other brand?
Who
He'll
Cody?
find a way.
Elimination Chamber. Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, but he need to stay on
Or the
Raw.
Rumble.
But I definitely think man. So I want to say Damian Priest, but that's pending because he has to get some momentum back. The thing that saves him is our quote unquote booking of WrestleMania.
All right.
And that being CM Punk coming in, because I don't see Punk winning the title. And I know Daniel Price says Punk wins it, has about 60 seconds. Damian cashes in.
That's Vince McMahon booking though. That's
It
what we've been
is.
programmed to.
But that's also, I don't think you do that just because, like, I don't think Punk needs that win over Rollins. You know what I mean? So I think for them, it's just getting them in the ring, getting the match. Rollins goes over. But I think, and I look at this list and I try to think about everybody else on Raw. I would love for it to be Jey Uso, but I think it's Damian Priest, but I think it's coming after next spring.
So you think it's too early?
Yeah, I think Rollins gonna have when Rollins gonna go to when Rollins drops the title, it's gonna be warm outside.
Okay, fair enough. So Damian Priest doesn't need to win at WrestleMania. That's what you're pretty much saying, or doesn't have to be the first one to dethrone Seth Rollins, right?
Right.
So who are you going with? Who you going with?
Oh no, I'm saying I think it's Priest, but I don't think it's.
Oh, okay.
It's not going to happen as soon. I think Rollins goes through the motion. I think he gets through WrestleMania season and maybe even Backlash. Backlash is in France. Yeah, I think he can do a Backlash.
Okay. What about you, Brother Hugh? Who do you have to be the next World Heavyweight Champion? Seth, like you said, it's kind of set the tone. Who's next to kind of carry that mantle now that he has reestablished the importance of the World Heavyweight Championship?
I have I'm gonna go with
Man.
Priest.
Really, you
I don't
too?
my only thing with Priest is his star power is not big enough for me.
Well, you saying the same thing Brian H is saying at this point.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
Need some momentum.
It only makes sense. It only makes sense though because if you have Cody, he's been set up for
Mhm.
Roman. Let's be honest. We had Nakamura on the graphic. Nakamura. We get Nakamura Okada. I don't care what anybody said. That's what we getting at WrestleMania. And then we have
That'd be ill. I'm not gonna lie to you.
that'd be crazy. But only other thing I can think of because
think so.
I don't think CM Punk
Brian H
and
is not
Rollins
buying
really CM Punk and Rollins don't really need the title at WrestleMania. To be honest, in that storyline, it makes sense. And I honestly I don't want to see CM Punk with the title, but I get it if he does get the title because that's their moneymaker, and people
They
do
call
want to
himself
see that.
the best in the world.
Yeah,
He's got to get to for a championship if he's the best in the world, right?
that is true. That is true. But I was thinking like because now you don't have anything for Drew coming up during WrestleMania, so I was thinking maybe if
These
Damian
teams off
Priest
you
get it,
disgruntled.
so maybe if Damian Priest can cash in, and then if you think about it, Damian Priest has been talking smack about Drew behind his back lately. If you notice, like the last 2 weeks or whatever, ever since War Games. So maybe they can have like a little feud just to get him over to whatever their program is going to be.
That's a
WrestleMania.
backlash feud
So-
or a
Yeah.
mid-season, in between summer spring feud. Real quick though,
Mhm.
Okada throws the wrinkle in.
Okay.
I could see a world he's that big, and I always say if there was a Ric Flair of '92 coming to WWE, him and Kenny Omega the only ones left. Okada
Kinda.
could be.
Hey.
You sign him, Okada could be the guy to take the belt off Rollins after WrestleMania season.
No, it's too soon.
But remember, this dude was number one in the world, and coming over people in WWE. That's what I'm saying. Like his star power. So like I'm thinking more June, July-esque. He come in, and the coin flips or do what it do at the Royal Rumble. I think the match is Okada Orton, special attraction match, 2 stars, the generations, just the look, the aesthetics. First of all, the women gonna go crazy.
Sure.
And then the entrances. WrestleMania, that's your opener for night 2. Randy Orton versus, I don't know how to say his first name, but Okada. And then, if you don't do Okada Cena at Backlash, you still got to sell some tickets over.
Nobody wants to see Okada Cena.
No.
Shoot, why not?
Cena needs to start wrestling celebrities. He just 5 moves of doom. Tap the kids on the head, toss your t-shirt, say how much you love this business and this place and you all, and go home. You don't have no more serious matches.
Because if you get and I think that's the only person I can honestly see right now as the next world heavyweight champion. If it's not Damian Priest, as far as who's on Raw, throw Okada in there, and then give us Okada Shinsuke at SummerSlam for the title.
I love the New Japan twist, brother Brandon. You've heard your brothers. You've heard what they had to say. What say you? Who's the next world heavyweight champion? Who's going to be the first one to dethrone Seth freaking Rollins?
So I'm gonna take you back to the rumors when Will Ospreay was a free agent or looking for his right? So I saw that comment. If they were in talks with Will Ospreay, money wasn't an issue. And even throwing it, hey, we give you a world title match. I mean, we'll give you the world title, right? That was one of the things that was in the clause or whatever. That was the talks. He turned it down because of his family. We get that.
Sure, yeah.
Okada is making news as being a free agent. If Okada don't listen to his fellow Japanese wrestlers and take himself to WWE, we're going to be talking about Okada like we do Jay White in 6 months from now.
Yep. Thank you.
My person to dethrone him, and I'm gonna say this because if we're going to do all of these, if WWE is about to do all of these global things, right? You need somebody that a audience will automatically react to.
First of all, you got enough bodies between Mercedes Moné, Okada, Shinsuke Nakamura, Kairi Sane, Asuka, freaking Io Sky. That you got enough to make some noise.
The days of treating them like Yoshitatsu and Tajiri are over.
Yeah.
But
And
here's
even
what I think this is what I think happens. I don't think that he comes back at Royal Rumble because I don't know when his contract is up. But
we're talking Okada now, right?
Okada, right?
Okay.
Give him like we did with AJ. How you know how AJ debuted. If Okada debuts, the only way that you can do this correctly, Okada wins the Rumble, corrects the wrong that we did with Shinsuke.
How? Automatically wins the Rumble, jumps to the front.
He wins the Rumble, and this is why, because you have enough star power that these other matches don't need it. Okada and Seth will have the match of night one that the world will talk about to put the eyes on WWE when they go to these global things. You could run that match back all year in all of these states because people want to sing along to we don't have to rush the Punk and to it because you gotta feel out right now. Or people are still wanting Punk because he's free, he's new. I think this is going to be what the difference that Triple H is going to do. I can't hotshot him there. Let me see what we can do if the people want him. Because at any time, what better than having Okada as your champion, CM Punk GTS him because he's getting booed and there's his heel turn to take the belt off this global superstar that we've loved. We've seen him on his world tour. Because do Seth deserve a world tour? He kind of already had his world tour without the belt. Let's call it what it is. Okada is going to be who's the bigger moneymaker in Berlin, France, Australia, all of these global places that New Japan has a market in. WWE only has the market because they bring people and put them in the mainstream in WWE, like a Rhea Ripley. That's the only reason WWE is popular because when they go there, she's going to be the biggest superstar ever. So that's why that belt got to stay on her until they go there. But Okada takes it, goes on this world tour, then he can drop it to a heel Punk or get cashed in with a Damian Priest, and that will make Damian Priest the hated person because our beloved Okada that came in with all of this off. But only reason I don't know if that's going to happen in this Triple H booking of things. I don't know if he's scared to. The Roman's reign is killing us, like Bubba Ray said, because we know we're waiting and we're protecting him. We know that. But to a casual fans, unbiased people talking here, not you, Brian, it's killing us because we want our champion. Like we want Seth, but we got too much of Seth right now because we don't have any Roman. If we had a perfect balance,
you wrestling fans are never satisfied.
Right?
Never satisfied. You just think that's because we don't have Roman.
No, think about it. I'm the advocate that say I want Roman on TV. I want to see Roman. I'm not saying he got to wrestle every week. I said it. I'm gonna go on record and I said it. You know, he can keep the belt to WrestleMania 40. He can keep it to 45 for all I care. I just want to see him on TV because the product is so much better when he's there. But now we got Seth, and that's why I say his gimmick has now become anybody. You want the other person to win. But if we had a balance that we didn't have to see him every week, we would still be having this love for him. But the World Consolation Prize, and this reason I said that, the people that didn't beat Roman are now facing Seth and still not beating them. What's happening to their stock? Drew couldn't beat Roman because of interference. Now he still couldn't beat Seth straight up. So what does that leave Drew?
This character change?
Yeah, but the character changed. But now let's look at it. They pumped up Jay, they pumped up Sammy, and they couldn't beat Roman, and they still couldn't beat Seth clean.
Y'all really thought they was gonna beat Roman and Seth?
No. I thought they had a better chance of beating Seth because they were telling a better story.
I don't think but I think that's the thing with Seth Rollins. To me, it's like watching Bret Hart '94. Everything you threw at him, he took it on and he beat until his brother threw in the towel. And I think with Seth Rollins, he's a fighting champion. And yeah, have I rooting against him? Absolutely. But I don't think it's necessarily a problem because the way what he's doing to me is on this night, when it comes down to it, he finds a way to be the better man. And I always look at it from the in-ring kayfabe point as opposed to, okay, let me jump the shark and go to the next part of the story or the script. Let's see who's going to be next. You know what I mean? Sure, it's fun to book and fantasy book and all that stuff. But I'm looking at Seth Rollins. I'm like, all right, this dude, at this point, he's making it where whoever takes the title from him is going to be a big deal. So
what I'm saying is, but this is what I'm saying, and the reason I'm saying, but this is why I'm saying this. Remember when we had the world title at first and the WWE Championship?
The world title was a joke.
It was. I'm not. Let me finish my statement. It was two separate brackets, and depending on who was holding it, is which made it feel more important. To be honest with you,
I agree with that because when Triple H first got that World Heavyweight Championship, I was like, bro, who? It was like, no offense to Eddie and JBL and all those guys. You know what I mean? Like
you was more focused on that. And
one belt is always the developmental world title. Like
yes,
like,
and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And now with our world title and the Universal Undisputed WWE Championship, it feels like which one is developing the star when we've seen the star go for this one, didn't get it, and now they go for this one, still didn't get it. And like you have a healthy roster, and it's like, well, what's like we can hold on and say what's next, but what are we developing? Because in an instant we cared about Shinsuke. In an instant we were like, okay, come on, this we getting these instant moments, and it's good, but let's take it a step back. Remember, Big E, in an instant, he went from Intercontinental, Money in the Bank winner, WWE champion, right?
Sure.
And that was his moment at that time. If the world title was around, would we've had a longer Big E reign, or we had a bigger story that we could have fit in a Big E, an Xavier Woods, a Ricochet, Dolph Ziggler, a Bobby Roode. I'm just giving you all these types of names that 10 years ago when we had the World Heavyweight Championship, they would have been contenders in that belt. And it would have felt like, I want to see this.
Yeah,
while the WWE champion was over here doing what they need to do.
The starter championship pack.
But I understand exactly what you're saying. I just don't like it that way. I think when they introduced in this universal title era, I think because of the other title having WWE champion, it was protected a certain way. Sure. So when you look at like the universal title, it was always Brock for the most part. Sprinkle a little bit of Roman, sprinkle a little bit of Seth.
But they were trying to make it important with Brock, remember?
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. And then they kept the WWE Championship. It maintained its importance so that when Big E, Kofi Kingston, and Bobby Lashley won, they were already superstars. And we felt more validated if you take it like from a black wrestling fan that our guys got a world title, a major world title. As opposed to
their first one
big goal, because at the end of the day, if we want to be real, it wasn't Vince's. It wasn't his design. So now with this new world, and with this world title, it feels better. And that's the reason why I think they're being ever so careful with that. Hence why Seth Rollins has it. Hence why I do think like it won't be like because like you said, if this was 20 years ago, Jey Uso would have been world champion by now. But I think
but I'm saying he would have been clearly defined in that. Like he wouldn't even have gotten a WWE title. If you remember that time when Jeff Hardy had that match with Undertaker on Raw, and we were like, "Oh, cool! Look how long it took for Jeff Hardy to get back to the WWE." The belt changed completely. It went from the undisputed WWE Championship, and then he finally got the title. You get what I'm saying?
All the way to 02, all the way to 08. 6 years.
You get what I'm saying? Like.
TNA.
Yeah, you see what I mean? It took him that long, but then he could interchange between WWE champion, world champion, WWE champion, world champion, because that was like the story of the division, and it didn't discredit him either way. You get what I'm saying? And Edge did the same. John Cena, Randy Orton, but in that time we had the mixture of those guys getting it. And it was some failed projects like Jack Swagger. It was some failed stuff in between there where it was like, why do we give it to Alberto? Different things like that. It was some failed projects. Sheamus couldn't really bring the prestige of that, but he did good with the WWE Championship. It kind of felt like he was a transitional. his dance partners. Let's just say that.
Mm.
So now I feel like with our current world title, having Seth have it, he's established what he needs to. Seth won't lose any credibility or be less of a star without it because his matches are still going to be marquee matches, and especially the way that they're booking with PLEs, every match feels like a main event almost. Every match has a big match feel, and that's attached to the type of booking that we have. It's just that real quick it turned into, all right, is he losing? Oh yeah, we want him to lose.
But I think one thing they got us away from is the terminology I hate. The words "doesn't need the title," because everybody always say this person's over, they don't need the belt. Where in these past 24 months, the most important person, most over person, has the title and has made the title and has been the person to represent. And now you think about if we get to the business side of things, right? With the merger with TKO, you're not going to be sitting up there talking about John Jones don't need the title. He's already our big star, so we don't need to put the UFC heavyweight title on him. You're not going to say that because it's the spirit of competition. So you look at it like, okay, who's our most over person? And that's where I think the difference is now. But we as wrestling fans, a lot of times we get sort of like backtracked into, we always love wrestling the most where we fell in love with it the most. And so we go back to that safe space where there was like times where the most over person didn't have the title because it was already over. And I think that's the biggest thing that they done switched around.
But let me ask you this, but why can we have a Becky Lynch in this space who and I was shocked that she's still a needle mover the way that she is without a belt. And I'm like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so I know exactly where you're going, right?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
but here's the thing though. One, you had to reestablish NXT, and you had to really put a curtain jerk to that women's division. So Becky has the belt, but also you keeping her away from Rhea because that's a mega matchup, and Rhea had to. And this is like when I agree with her being a Brother Hughes Superstar of the Year. One of the things too that she did was while she didn't have quote unquote dance partners, she was still relevant and still making that championship relevant, letting you know she was the top gal on that brand. So then with her and Becky, because you have a money matchup right there, but then Becky also has a lot of feuds, but it's not like one of those things where Rhea is so over. I mean, Becky is so over that Rhea is an afterthought. Kind of like Hogan Warrior in 91, where Hogan had other issues until he could get back in that championship picture and also doing, movies, but Warrior was still super over as well. So you keep them away from each other. Same with Brett and Diesel. Like when Brett was,
but that's my point right there. You just made my point. Seth without the belt is still going to be like, all right, let's call it. We forgot this. Remember, he did a Marvel movie, right?
Yeah.
Steph's going to need to go. Steph's going to need to do that, right? But he's still that superstar that with or without the belt, when he does another feud, he can come back to it. We're experiencing right now with Cody. Cody is doing so much without even he had the tag team.
But who else, if you don't put it on Cody, who's going to be on Seth's level? Like right now, Rhea, you can make an argument. Take away like when they both come out, like Rhea's doing enough where she can be positioned where it will feel like an equal matchup, right? The only person who was really like on an equal matchup in far as that doing what you want to do was Roman Reigns. That's why it made sense to put the belt on Seth, because they were on even playing fields, because again, Roman hasn't beaten Seth. So like,
I'm not disputing that. I agree with you on that. What I'm saying is Seth with the belt right now, his gimmick has shifted to the point that I'm like, I want to see somebody else with it. Like, I want to see Roman on TV. I don't want to see him defend it. I just want to see Roman because I know when he's there, the story is more captivating. The story is better. I ain't talking about his wrestling. I just, you know what I mean? Like, and with Seth.
You want to see a tribal chief. I understand.
But with Seth, the problem with Seth I'm having for
hey,
what?
You don't want to see Seth
2 or 3 years? No, 2 or 3 years, Seth was that guy that we were seeing. And we look what he did with Edge. AJ, Finn Balor, you name it, even with Cody stuff. Yes, everything that he did, it was like, okay. And that's what I'm saying. Triple H has booked stuff that everything feels like a main event to the point that look how many people are on poster for the holiday tour. It's like I've never seen this many superstars at one time that you're like, well, dang, we're sitting here debating about who's the next world champion. I just wanted to move on, just like with the whole thing with Gunther. Same thing with Logan Paul. Now we got a whole tournament that I'm pretty sure we're going to be talking about in the next couple of weeks because it's something different and exciting. With Seth, his gimmick is now, to me, the other person is going to win.
Well, that was quite the conversation. I was just sitting back just taking it all in.
But I'm just saying. I mean,
Man,
no, they were all excellent points. What were you saying?
Nah, you know, me and brother Brandon, we always go back and forth with this. You know, I'm always look, whoever got the most wins, put the belt on them.
Sure.
But see, I'm not that way.
I don't believe in that. Doesn't need the title mess. You don't say that in sports.
No.
Lamar Jackson needs a Super Bowl. Goddamn,
that's a different era. You play sports
like a wrestler.
When you play in sports, all sports, you want to be that person that wins overall because the end goal is that title. Whether it's the World Series, whether it's the Super Bowl, whatever, that's your end goal. Wrestling, we got every week is your end goal to be the champion. Every week you go on TV to be the champion. You're not beating people, racking up wins so you can go to the playoffs, to the finals. They're two totally separate things. That's like me telling you the end goal for Jean Grey was to have all of the Phoenix Force. You were like, why? Exactly. Nope. Split it between Colossus, Jean Grey, Rachel Summers, and who was the other one? Cyclops. Yep. And then Cyclops going to take it all and kill Professor Xavier. That was his end goal. You were like, Brandon, what are you talking about? That has nothing to do with wrestling. That's what you just did with sports.
Yeah, he went
two totally different things. Dwayne knows exactly what I'm talking about. You just did the same thing. See how confused you are?
What did I
You cannot compare a sports anything to wrestling because your end goal, you cannot. Your end goal is to win that World Series, right?
Yes.
How many teams do you have to
championship?
Right. No. How many teams do you have to fight over how long to get to that one thing to win that title?
It depends on the year.
In general, it's a few months that you go after, right? Let's say it's 6 months to go after it, to get to the playoffs, to get to that. So you might go from 4 to 8 months to get to this one title. And when you get that title, you get a break. And the next season, you are the defending world champions trying to get back to get that title again. In wrestling, on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you have an opportunity to be the champion every single week. What you do in between you trying to get those every night, you do things to get yourself over, to position yourself. You can't tell me that the Lakers could be the best team without a championship. No, they're in the conversation because of the championships they have won, or they are in the conversation because of the games that they have won. They are in the conversation because the players on the team. Raw and SmackDown, Dynamite, Rampage, they're only as good as that night to get towards that title.
So what you're saying is you don't need to rack up wins in order to become a number one contender, to become a champion. You just need to be over.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Because I'm confused. Because it sounds like 1 minute you sound like you. No, all right, think about it like this in boxing. If you remember, did you play Knockout Kings or Fight Night?
Go ahead.
And you know how you got to rank up constantly?
But no, let's talk about each box. You win each round to win that match, right?
Yeah.
So in the first round, if I win, I knock you out, I won, right?
Wait, yeah.
Okay. So in wrestling, if I have a title, if every match was for a title, and I beat you in 1 minute, or if I had a 2 out of 3 falls, best of 7 series, whenever I win the most, that's when I win that title, right? Like, so if it's rounds in boxing, if I win the first 6 out of 12 rounds, I'm gonna be the odds favorite to win, right?
Okay.
Okay. I missed that comment. It's something about Okada.
No, I was just putting
Nah,
up
yeah,
there.
it just popped up.
But-
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm down for Okada in WWE. I don't want to see him in AEW.
I think he's gonna kill his career. He's gonna kill his career.
It's gonna be the same thing.
Yeah,
Will
definitely.
Ospreay and what you call that killed their
I'm
career.
not excited about Will
Jay
Ospreay.
White.
Jim Ross up there crying on his podcast. Oh, the people don't realize how big of a deal Will Ospreay signing with AEW is because CM Punk went back home. Shut up, JR.
No,
Go
it's going to
home.
kill his career. Look what it did for the Switchblade.
Oh.
He's not even a Switchblade anymore. He's like a
Just
butter
leave him-
knife.
You just leave
Yo,
it. Wow.
yo,
Wow.
yo.
That's great.
Wow.
That's
That
crazy.
hurt. It's my guy too, but it's like
And you know that was my guy. Watch, if
Brandon,
you want to see one of the best matches,
Brandon, go sit
Will
in the corner
Ospreay.
for a second.
Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega for the IWGP United States title that they got rid of. One of the best matches I've
I
ever
was
seen.
looking at my belt earlier.
wow. He called him the butter knife, not the switchblade. Well,
Bro,
you guys definitely didn't disappoint as I expected you to. You guys have risen to the occasion as we gave our 2 cents on who should be the next World Heavyweight Champion.
Oh yeah, that's it right there. Look what it's done for Shinsuke. If Shinsuke get away from New Japan, he'll be looking like what you call it with his he'll be looking like the ace of New Japan. How he looks like he's starting to break down.
Tanahashi.
Yeah, he look. I was waiting for you to say your boy.
Hiroshi Tanahashi.
He look like he breaking down a little, don't he?
you better call him. Look,
Yes.
Okada,
Yeah.
bring him and bring Mercedes.
If he leaves New Japan, they're done.
they got
Who New Japan? They'll be done now. They got Sada.
yeah.
Cut it
yeah.
out.
And who else? I'm looking
If
Suzuki.
they lose Okada, it's gonna be a huge blow. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Yeah.
But the ace of New Japan, Hiroshi Tanahashi, don't taco. 2022.
Jason, I'm gonna add Christian Cage to that. He says, we love AEW, but we only care about MJF, Swerve, and Tony Storm.
Well, that's the only people that they've involved. Or put
Was
time
that
into
picture
as far as
real?
their stories.
Which one?
Was that picture real with
Okay.
that empty arena?
I think it was camera angles because it looked like that was the hard cam.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And most, and it.
Because I don't. When they showed, I'm like, maybe it was a dark match, or maybe they was.
Yeah, I ain't in the business for exposing crowds, man. But
But it could have been a Saturday night going up against a PLE.
yeah,
I thought it was a dark match. That's what it looked like. People
Well, it probably was a
either
Saturday.
coming in or people leaving out.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
what
it
it
was
looked
the final match.
Yeah.
yo, them shows be long.
That's
Oh,
what it
it's
is.
like- yeah. After
Remember,
a while, you-
that
WWE
shows.
already failed at that. Because remember when 205 Live used to come on
Mhm.
after SmackDown,
Yeah.
but after the
Yep.
matches that you were promised for your hometown, we're like, oh my God, it's still more wrestling. Because you
Then
had to
they
watch
would-
main event or Velocity, whatever it was, SmackDown, the special, the
after
2
a while,
or
it
3
was still-
attraction matches, and then finally 205.
Yeah, I remember we went to SmackDown in Richmond. That might have been the last
Mhm.
show I actually went to. They did full blown SmackDown. After that, 205 Live came
yeah.
right after that. And who we went, Glenn and his family was like, all right, we gotta get go. It's a school night. No, well, it wasn't, but it was late. They had young kids, and they were like, well, we about to hit the road. We're not gonna stick around for 205. Now we stayed around because we're wrestling fans. But the arena emptied out. Like, I mean, it was still a good amount of people in there, but you go from Field to the Raptors to about, I don't know, maybe 75-50% full. So
Mm-hmm.
I get it though, but definitely wow. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys got something out of this conversation just as much as I did. I thank you for everybody that participated and put your comments in the chat and were part of the show tonight. We had a lot of people in here today, so I appreciate you guys. Definitely, but remember to follow us on all social media platforms at Wrestling Wrealm. Subscribe to Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube at The Wrestling Wrealm. YouTube.com/The Wrestling Wrealm. Championship Culture, January 16th. It's official. Season 2 begins. Excuse me. So much. I made it through the show, and I'm still alive. A lot going
There's
on.
19 people in the chat.
It was like 21 at
It's
one
a
point. It
party,
was a
it's
lot. It was a lot, man.
it's a
So
party.
we definitely appreciate everybody for joining us. Man, we take our steps forward as we march on towards the Royal Rumble. I think things are going to start to heat up and sizzle a little bit as we prepare for the Royal Rumble season, going into the holiday season. And before you know it, it'll be January, and we'll be on our road to WrestleMania. Can you believe it's here again, gentlemen?
Oh, wow.
Just that fast.
That's a
We're
good
back.
point. That's
We're
a good
almost
point.
back on the road to WrestleMania again.
That's some
So-
Triple H dust for you right there.
Big time.
What?
You see that comment?
I don't know.
That would actually be an interesting take. Because did Roman and Mox ever have a feud? It was always Seth and Mox, right?
You're right. Because he would always say Roman Reigns is his best friend.
Yeah.
That's why he want to make that comment.
Yeah. But even in storyline, he would say it. But you're right. Yeah, they wanted. That would be interesting. But Mox ain't coming back. Not
He
till
might.
He will.
in the Hall
Him
of
and
Fame.
Jericho.
I was gonna say
Not
Hall of
till they-
Fame.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
He's doing the Kurt Angle right now. He's gonna have more time in AEW than he had in WWE,
Of course.
Mhm.
and then he won't come back.
Yeah.
But ladies and gentlemen, like I said, we thank you for joining us. Please join us again next week. You can catch us every week, 10:30 p.m. Eastern time. We love it when you guys are a part of the show. Join us in the chat. We put your comments up on the screen, so you're a part of the show. You can tell your friends you were part of the rest of the show. Shout out to you good brothers. And next week, I believe we got some partying to do, but more information on that will be coming out soon. Championship Culture returns January 16th. Join us next week. Same bat time, same bat place, same bat
Hey, Hugh.
channel.
Hey, you. Everybody has
Yes,
a
sir.
story.
What you have for me? It
Every-
does.
every-
It does.
Every belt has a story. And guess what? We're about to go to Rome After Dark so I can figure out what's in those belt boxes. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll catch you next week. Peace.
Houston, we have a problem.